Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, depending on where and when you're watching this broadcast. I'm Thomas Fessler, my friends, and this is Disclosure Tonight. Happy Monday, November 3rd. Would you look at that? We are just, 7 weeks away from Christmas, give or take. Holy shit, where did the year go? Where did Disclosure go? But at least we've got a video coming out. That's right, for $24.99, we'll all be able to get the age of disclosure, and probably have to have some kind of a viewing party for our most favorite guests out there. Let's go ahead and take a look and see who is in our audience currently. All right, let's take a look and see. We've got Amiga Rules. April Crowman is in the chat along with Benjamin Dreyer. We got D7, Dragon Rider FPV, Frank Cathell, Geraldine Durazio, and Gray Hair Discoveries. Remember, friends, if you want me to say hi to you, jump in the chat. Join the show. Have a good time. Hawaii 5-0 is there. Not our only Hawaii 5-0. We got J-Cat, Joey Spades, Justin Caesars. Cap is here along with Kelly Broughton with piercing blue eyes. I see Marcus and the Mandels. We've got Megan Betts, Michael Dymock, Mr. Catfish 2100. Good to see you, my friend. Our longest subscriber. Probably not the oldest, but you never know. Ms. Cutsout's here along with My Outdoors 1970 coach. Okay. Nancy K's here along with Natela. We've got Necessary Dialogue, Niles Guy, our resident Pitbull. Watch out, guys. If you're a troll, he's got your name on his list. Rainstorm Hunters here along with Rodney Koss. Scooby Dooby Goobies here along with Skip to Malou, Super Unknown, Tenbriz Anima. Good to see you. Terrence Bruce, Chromosome Cowboy, Turtlehead, Twiggy, Two Midgets on a Horse from Northern Idaho. And would you look at that? Vern Dude and Woodrow Smith. And one more to go. Yellow Tommy Tanker, also known as Andy. How about that? Almost good enough to where I can go ahead and jump in the studio and say, wait, why is that not showing up? Oh, there it is. What the hell is that? There we go. Video capture device. Mike, how the hell are you?
I'm doing well, and that's a good idea about the screening. It debuts on the 21st, which is a Friday.
Yeah, there's a way I can stream it from here at full 4K quality, it looks like. I can probably do. I've got the horsepower. Not sure if everyone knows. Either way, I can do it at 1080p 60 for everyone to watch, and I can push it at 10,000 kilobits a second, which is greater than what you're going to get from the original recording. So yeah, we can figure out something and share a link and have a community event on that, Mike.
Absolutely. It's a great way to celebrate this documentary coming out.
Oh gosh, yes, absolutely. Because $24.99 is not too bad, and it's whether you want the HD or the 4K version, same price. I would have hoped they would have sold the HD version a little bit cheaper, but it's okay.
It's going for a good cause.
Oh, you're telling me? Oh, son of a bitch! YouTube is fucked tonight. Just saying. I've been trying to get up the dashboard for today's show. Let's see if and I went to bring it up before, and it just...
Not the first time we had a Fuck You Friday on a Monday show.
Oh, yes. I went through OBS hell, Mike. Since the last show, I completely killed OBS and his virtual camera, which we all use for a bunch of different stuff. And I learned a lot about different stuff that's changed in macOS 14 to macOS 15, especially 15.4.1, how it's killed a bunch of functionality that older apps wouldn't have. Mike, it almost feels like we're dealing with Microsoft now.
Oh, that's not good.
No, I'm almost thinking about buying an old Mac Pro from 2019 for about $1,000. They used to go for like $7,000. You can get them for a song and a dance just to have as a backup that runs the older stuff, because sometimes the older stuff runs better than the newer stuff.
Right, that's true.
Yeah, got to have fun with it. Well, it's happened. We've got the Age of Disclosure getting ready to come out, and Lue Elizondo has been on the promotional train. It's a good thing.
It is. It's about time.
Considering the movie poster's got the picture of him standing in front, in the halls of Congress. I believe he's the narrator of this thing, so good for Lou. Let me see if I can go ahead and find this. We can go through some of the tweets from him. Just so the audience knows, I'm in Migraineville right now. I've taken a handful of pills. We'll see how it goes, Mike.
Well, listen, we'll cover the topics like we usually do,
Oh yeah.
and we'll wrap it up. So
Oh gosh, yes.
it's a Monday. Yeah, we'll get through it.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this. The top tweet for the day. I guess we can call that because for the most part, Disclosure is kind of quiet right now.
Too quiet, but yeah.
Yeah, way too fucking quiet. Actually, let me turn off that logo. Here we go.
Hey guys, I've been gone for a while, but I don't know if you guys talked about this or not, but I saw that the FBI had announced that, or there was a report that the NHI or UFOs were a threat that they had put out, and it was on Fox News.
You remember that one,
the
Mike?
FBI made an announcement that NHI are a threat of national security. No, I didn't hear that.
We have heard about.
I don't think I'm quoting that correctly, but I'm pretty sure that it was like UFOs or UAPs
So
were considered a threat by the FBI.
So the
And it's
FBI
Fox.
is opening themselves up to all the different parts of the DoD and the intelligence community that they want any of the people within that area. Unfortunately, not the DOE, and that's the money box where you want to find this stuff coming out of. They've basically said it's mandatory. You have to fill out these forms that basically when you've had an encounter, things have gone on, you've seen something. Now the FBI expects you to say something. Now, could it be a risk to national security? Hell yeah. Lue Elizondo's been talking about that forever, hasn't he, Abe?
Absolutely, and I just think that if there's something to give credit towards the FBI and this administration right now, that's pretty much it. And if we're gonna look at something like kind of like Disclosure, I'm not saying this is Disclosure, but this is like we're on the doorstep. Here we have the FBI saying that there is a threat.
Yeah.
So,
And by the way,
like
that
this.
you've got a pretty big mouse there, my friend.
that's what she said.
Exactly. Good to have you back, my friend. So let's get this up here. Let's see if this works. Come on, OBS. You better behave today. All right, here we go, Mike. You with us?
Yes, sir.
All right, so coming from our dear friend Lue Elizondo, I think we can call him that, can't we? Why not?
Well, he is, so might as well.
Yeah. I am pleased that finally, after several years of very hard work, blank, 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 you all will get a chance to see the fruits of our efforts. I am proud to have been part of the monumental endeavor, and I look forward to the age of disclosure being a milestone in the disclosure process. Yes, hey, Mike, at least it did come out this year.
That's true.
Yep. And it was on the list, I think. Well, we were talking about last year about what's happening the next year. This was one of those items. So everyone worked very hard behind the scenes and risked much in order for this film to be realized and eventually make it to market. Senior leaders, politicians, some of which have been indicted for lying to Congress, and policymakers put real skin in the game, as they say, and I'm grateful to everyone who participated or facilitated this lifetime worth event. See you all in a few weeks. Well, sounds pretty exciting. Mike, do you think y'all got participation trophies like Little League?
Oh, well, considering that this was dragged out for as long as it was, probably. I don't see why not.
Yes, it was dragged. I'm actually surprised that actually made it.
I'm surprised it made it as well.
But it's not the 21st yet. But Lou is giving positive vibes on it, which doesn't feel like we're going to get the rug pulled out underneath it and it's going to magically disappear from the Amazon pre-order list. You never know.
No, if he's making public announcement about it, no, that's probably not in the
Smooth
cards
sailing
right now.
at this point, yes.
Yeah.
I would hope so. I would certainly hope so. So, can't wait to go ahead and see it. Can't wait for the watch party to get it there. I'll figure it's not going to be Google Meet. It'll be something else, but we'll all figure it out. Why not? So
And we'll have fun, yeah.
That's what it's usually about, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Yeah. All right, on that note, let's go ahead and take a look and see what is up on the picture magic board for today. Nick's going to come in. Hey, Nick, do you have a video you wanted to share with us?
Did you already see that a Belgian defense minister has said that they use anti-drone technology.
Hold on a second. It sounds like you're talking into a comb in a bathroom in a tile. So, Nick, can you possibly get a little bit closer to the microphone?
I'll take 2 fries, a shake, and a burger with extra tomato on it.
So, what did you say again, Nick?
Drive-through.
Yeah.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Did you get the Belgium defense minister?
Oh, the drones. Yes, we're back in drone November again.
He used anti-drone technology against them, and
it didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Are you surprised that the militaries of foreign governments have figured out what our technology can do, and they've hardened the technology to make sure it's kind of not going to respond to it?
UAPs.
Oh, it's not.
It's
Well,
UAPs.
UAS at this point. Does it have any of the? Does it have any of the 5 observables?
No.
No. We'd love it to be UAPs, but until we see a piece of evidence that says it's a UAP, besides Ross Coulthart going ahead and saying they're pretending to be human craft, then we'll go somewhere. We just need some proof on that.
Something else I question whether or not you guys covered while I was going, the F-18 and the Seahawk going down. You guys talk about that? Off the limits in the South China Sea?
Yeah, there were 2 incidences.
We didn't talk about it, though. Go ahead.
30 minutes apart, and Seahawk took off and went into
the
ocean and caused a panic on the carrier, I'm so sure. And then a few minutes after that, I'm sorry, not a few minutes, but 30 minutes after that, an F-18 took off and also went in. And
so do you think it was sabotage, as they'd say on Three Stooges? Sabotage?
The administration said that it was bad fuel, and I don't want to, jump the chain on what the administration is saying, but I mean,
really?
Yeah, I mean,
2 in a row with bad fuel.
Could right in 30 minutes that I mean, could we just have a better explanation? Is my only response to that. That's I was wondering if you guys would talk about it.
Do those planes even use the same fuel?
Yeah, they do. Yes, but I mean, if you think about that, then you're saying that the rest of complement was compromised.
Well,
fuel, right? So I mean, that's hard to believe for me.
Because you're right, Gabe. Because if it was really bad fuel, more of those craft would have came down.
Well, they did one.
I mean, it would have been a large amount. I mean, it would have even been other ships possible.
So it would have been one of the tanks on the ship, the one that they were currently using. They did the first plane, then did the second plane. And if that's the case, that means they'd have to go ahead and sample that fuel, see if that's bad. But you're going to have to figure out why would just one tank of fuel on a carrier go bad?
I don't want to give away too much, but I'm just saying those aren't the only things that use the fuel. So we would have, it would have been.
Like what else?
I don't want,
Lanterns?
Yeah, fireflies.
There we go.
Very the pixie dust. The Men in Black deneuralizer uses it.
Yeah, but those carriers, they're in bad shape. You were on a carrier, weren't you, Ed?
I was, the Eisenhower.
Yeah. So the water supplies are tainted. The septic systems are screwed up on those things. None of those platforms are in good up-to-date shape.
I'm not saying bad fuel couldn't happen. I just think that we would have heard about it affecting more systems and aircraft.
Well, that's what I think. But when we're talking about bad fuel aboard an aircraft carrier, what that more than likely means is that there was water seepage into the tanks, because water and the gas will create bad fuel.
And that little bit would have contaminated the entire supply, and that would have affected other things that were fueled with that fuel. You know what I mean? It would have been a large, catastrophic takedown, I feel like, if it was that thing. I don't want to say that the administration is wrong. I don't know. I'm not on the carrier. I'm not there. I'm not in the Navy anymore. But it just sounds kind of squirrely to me that the bad fuel thing hasn't been explained in detail.
Yeah, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I agree.
Yeah.
So they're not.
Yeah. Now we do have a little clip here
what's going on
of Lue talking about the age of disclosure.
Oh, good. Let's see what he has to say.
33-second clip. I'm sure we've played it before. Let's play it again. Get there. Yeah, but anything that was going on, it sounds really odd, honestly. 2 planes going on, that's never happened before. It happened now. I I give you some special sauce for your plane. There.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's go ahead.
Let's hear Lou.
All right, we're getting to it. Wait, no, not that one. Almost.
Oh, just real quick, shout out to the crew for handling that and getting through that bad day, because that was a bad day.
Oh, not a problem. We all go through things in our life. Here we go.
There is a documentary coming out that you've been a part of that we just saw that's been making the rounds, The Age of Disclosure.
I do believe it's going to change the conversation irrevocably.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very excited for it to come out. It's been done, as most people know, no sub rosa, right, in secret, because it's very important. And there's people that are being interviewed that have never come out publicly on this topic.
That we've not seen on the trailer.
Plosives.
Seen on trailer. You know, you have some very, very significant information in that documentary.
So on.
Irrevocably, conversation irrevocably.
Mm-hmm. Disclosure.
I do believe it's going to change the conversation irrevocably.
All right. That's the word. That the age of disclosure, Mike, is going to, I'm trying to find this. Here we go. Not God, where did all my shit go? Here we go. It's going to change the conversation.
Change the conversation irrevocably.
Irrevocably. There we go. That's a tall claim. I wonder if it's going to be that strong of a message.
Ooh. That might make a good poll.
Oh, wait a second. I don't want to see where this is coming from. Okay. Audience is saying it's too quiet. Thank you very much, audience. I got that. No can hear, no sound. Okay, I saw you. I cranked it up all the way now. Here we go.
There is a documentary coming out that you've been a part of that we just saw that's been making the rounds, The Age of Disclosure.
I do believe it's going to change the conversation irrevocably.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very excited for it to come out. It's been done, as most people know, no sub rosa, right, in secret, because it's very important. And there's people that are being interviewed that have never come out publicly on this topic.
That we've not seen on the trailer.
You've not seen on trailer. You know, you have some very, very significant information in that documentary.
There is.
So it's going to change the conversation. I guess that's it's a tall order, but you know, I'm willing to give it a chance and approach this with an open mind.
Yeah, well, it's definitely going to have information that hasn't been heard publicly before. And if anyone's interested, spoiler alert, one of the things that'll be revealed in that documentary is that Russia recovered a Tic Tac that had bodies on it that hasn't been spoken about publicly before.
What?
So that'll be something to be listening for in that documentary.
They got a Tic Tac, Mike? Where'd you hear this one?
Russia recovered a Tic Tac with bodies on board. So that hasn't come out publicly before, but it's definitely going to be in the documentary.
Gene, are you aware of this? You're a Russia expert here.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. If I remember correctly, I think it was in Ukraine.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
But that we don't want to spoil too much for the film and the watch.
Well, of course we do. If we know something, we got to freaking spill it all. You know, I actually got this working. Breaking UFOs alert. We have inside news about the upcoming production. Yes, we know Lue Elizondo is going to be in it, but potentially they're going to leak that the Russians have a Tic Tac with bodies inside.
That they recovered a Tic Tac with bodies on board. Correct. Which is something that hasn't come out publicly before. It's quite interesting. And we'll see where it goes when we see the release of this film on the 21st.
Are there a watch party here? Or?
Yeah,
well,
we're going to do a
we'll
watch party.
figure out a watch party. I'll figure out a way we can do it without getting the copyright nannies after us, but we'll do something for the supporters of the channel, and we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Probably not a public show, just for loyal audience members that can join privately.
See,
I can copyright strike.
I can run it from my Apple TV to my Mac.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no, what do you call it? DRM in place. And I can take that then and I can push it out to wherever. And we have a platform we can possibly use for this. But then again, the trolls are going to be looking for this mic. They're going to want to get us in trouble, so we'll have to figure it out. But you know what? Everyone deserves a chance.
Yeah, but I'm thinking we could do a private watch party for our loyal audience members.
Oh, gosh, yes.
And this way we don't have to worry about any trolls or any copyright strike.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Saturday, we're not going to have a show.
Right.
That's my father-in-law's funeral at the temple and cremation ceremony. So Friday we'll have a show, no show on Saturday. Just putting it out there right now. So, all right, what else are we at? Where did people, where do you think they went in the comments to Lue on X?
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess some are for and some are against.
Yeah. That's because
typical.
X has really gotten anti-Lue. And it's just been a lot of bad actors.
Listening to the false narrative that's been out there.
Yeah, and they say it so much, it just kind of gets across. Let's see to it. Where do they say? Bustin says, I used to be in on all this. Let's see if I can get to this.
Is a documentary coming out that you've been a part of.
That's that one. I want to get back to Lue's conversation. Where did that go again? Dang it. I want to go to Lue's conversation on this first. Not the one on there. Elizondo. Let's see where the message is. The replies from Lue Elizondo. Lue, I've been keeping up with the topic for years. I'm reading these blank, folks, so let's see where it goes. I've watched every podcast and documentary ever made on the phenomenon. I see the preview age of disclosure. Do you really think this one will be a game changer? Thanks for all your efforts. Lue comes back and says, that depends on what you expect from this film. If you are looking for honest dialogue from some of the most senior officials and participants of our current and past efforts, then yes. If you are expecting manufactured drama and sound bites, be careful, guys. Sound bites to satisfy the idle curiosity of the hobbyist ufologist, then that will be up to you. This is a real film with real people about real issues. This is not entertainment or UFO-tainment. This is your new reality. Oh, so we're not going to have a bunch of people, Mike, all coming around and spreading disinformation, misinformation, and disparaging people on a regular basis as part of the movie?
Right. So it's going to be a unique experience, unlike what usually occurs on UFO Twitter.
Yeah.
And it's going to have serious professional people talking about this topic with information that hasn't really come out to a large degree publicly.
Yeah.
So
let's
that's
go.
what you're going to get.
Let's go. Hey, good to see you, Bob Gray, as always. Got some trees here in the Pacific Northwest. If you're ever up in the area, please stop by. We can go ahead and kill them in tandem. All right. Music and Truth says, to be a game changer, as he put it, it's probably not as much about what he or I expect in it, but that was a good clarification for those who don't know what. To be a game changer, it would be more about what kind of response, media and government-wise, we can expect from it. Daryl.
Right. So I was just going to suggest, if we could, I'm curious, there's 309 people, I think, in the chat. What the expectation of our group is. Do we think it will be a game changer? Yes or no?
All right.
Let's run a poll.
All right, we'll do that really quick. Give me a second. I'll go ahead and start a poll. I'll bring it on this screen so I can actually see what the hell I'm typing. Let's say the age of disclosure, game changer, meh, and nothing burger. That gives us 3 options. Sound good to you, everybody?
Yeah, that works.
All right. Putting on that pulsing logo music we usually play. Let's go ahead and see where it goes. Okay, audience, you've got 2 minutes to go ahead and decide. Is the age of disclosure going to be a game changer, meh, or a nothing burger? Okay, Google, set a timer for 2 minutes, please.
All right.
Well, we already know it's not going to be a nothing burger because of the Russia information that's going to come out.
Oh, no. You can say it's going to be a nothing burger. I am going to go ahead and say maybe. I'll go with Lou this time. And I'll say it's a game changer. We're on opposite ends. You're a nothing burger. I'm a game changer. But somewhere in between, Mike, there's something called meh, which is for leading the audience. But unfortunately, game changer is not there. So a lot of people are kind of not living up to the hype.
Well,
Interesting.
they're going to have to see when it comes out.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be the real answer.
I think part of it is just like in the comment there. You know, who's the real audience for this? If the audience is the UAP community, the disclosure community, then I think it's going to be a lot of meh or nothing burgers.
Yeah.
If the intended audience is the broader public, and you know, putting some of the officials that appear in this on record, like Marco Rubio, for instance, you know, people may not have generally known his position on the topic while he was serving in the Senate. Now, as Secretary of State, it adds a little bit more weight and may generate a little more mainstream interest.
Correct.
You know, and so in that case, then it may very well be a game changer in so much as how it expands the conversation to the general public.
Now, do you think it could potentially hurt the situation that a bunch of the people who are there, like Clapper and others, who are going to be indicted for lying to Congress and such? They're here in this documentary talking about this, but could these recent things that are happening about their credibility, is that going to take a toll potentially on their testimony in this episode?
It's a double-edged sword, right? Because 50% of the population is essentially, you know, already doesn't believe the charges that are against them, and so does that sway the opinion on the lying to Congress charges of the supporters and detractors? So it could even itself out, really.
And Fink Floyd, I'm sorry if you don't like Trump, but he is our president and he is trying to do a job. Let's just call it that. You may not enjoy it, but either way. I've never hyped him. I just thought he's going to be the disclosure president. Now, Gene, do you think by what's been going on, although we haven't had, if you want to call it, movement from the Trump administration, Lou would seem pretty positive that the administration behind the scenes from the executive branch is actually moving. Do you think that could be a possibility?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I've said it on other episodes too.
Yes.
I believe we get significant advancement of disclosure when there is a political win in it for somebody. You know, and the cards as they're on the table right now, you've got, you know, Gabbard on record, Pence on record, now Rubio, once as this video comes out, truly on record, let's say. You know, we've got, I personally have, you know, my personal theory is come 2027, that's 75 years since the 1952 UFO incident. You've got Dr. Villarreal's work out there generating some conversation around that. So that 75-year window in 2027 means a lot more is going to be opened up for declassification. Yeah. If there is something in there that is going to be declassified anyway, then but
they do have the ability, if the stuff they were to declassify still could go ahead and have an impact on national security, it's never going to get released.
True, but if Trump truly wants to be the disclosure president, then he has the opportunity for an easy political win. The things automatically get declassified. He gets to say he declassified them. And then whoever the heir apparent is going into 2028 gets to add that as a talking point, you know, to continue expanding upon, you know, that work and bringing out more transparency. So I would say, if anything, what we could get is a bridge to more. Now, that might mean it dies down for another 3.5 years until the next election, if it grabs enough steam. So I think in that sense, this film and the public the broader reception by the public of it, may very well help dictate some of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he may have not been the disclosure president, but he's been the deportation president against aliens. So whether it's aliens from the sky or aliens from the ground, he is hitting it one way or the other out of the park. So, okay, if we go ahead and take a look at our final survey results coming out of there. Sorry, lefties, if you don't appreciate that one. Got to have fun with it. Our final poll came in, age of disclosure. Is it going to be a game changer? Nope. 25% of our audience is agreeing. 35% of our audience is agreeing with Mike and saying it's being a nothing burger. In the middle of the audience, which is saying it's not a game changer, it's not a nothing burger, nothing negative, 40% of our audience overwhelmingly have said that it's could be a problem. Now, talking about problems, we do have a person in the back with their hand up. Sailor Boy Troy, go ahead.
Hey, guys. I just wanted to pipe in about the disclosure stuff. There's a lot going around in the background, and I tend to agree with it. Spielberg's got a movie coming out called Disclosure, right? And it's very, very hush-hush. Nobody's talking about it. Nothing's been leaked about it. Those who, in the powers who be, if we're going to buy into the predictive programming stuff, I don't think we're going to get anything before that, or it's going to be Spielberg. And Trump, of course, the megalomaniac that he is, there's no way that he's not going to be the disclosure president. I just think it's all about the timing, right? Because and anyone who's in power right now is going to want to have that historical memory. They'll be the most famous president in the world, right? So that's just my take on it. Anyways, like I said, before that movie comes out, I don't think we're going to get much. We're just going to get tidbits and back and forth. Right.
If you could, let's jump to Corporal Abe. You seem to have the biggest response in the back, and we have other people with their hands up. I'd like to get your response to what what Troy is saying.
No, I just agree with Sailor Boy. I was just agreeing with a lot of what he said. Nice to meet you.
Likewise. Mike, any thoughts from your side?
Yeah. I believe that if the current administration was going to be leading the charge for disclosure, we probably would have heard something by now. The fact that we haven't, I don't think this documentary is going to change that. As far as Spielberg is concerned, he's not a documentarian. He's a filmmaker. So whatever project he's working on right now, it's probably going to be fiction-based.
Right.
It's a story. It's not going to be a documentary because he doesn't really do documentaries.
Well, you got to remember, though, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, although it was a movie, it had a lot of stuff into it that actually had ties back to real-world people and real-world events.
Right.
Lue even talked about the stuff that he had saw. He never saw it as a kid. He went back and looked at it, and based on the intelligence that he's read and everything, he had said that Spielberg clearly had someone within the IC who was feeding him the information.
Oh, he had access to it.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that'd be any different for what he's doing today? I don't think so.
No, probably not. But the story that's going to be told in his movie coming out, Disclosure, is going to be fiction-based with a lot of interesting information spread out throughout it, like we're talking about. Yeah.
Although the events of the story may be based on real-world events, the players and actions that happen in the story are actually fictional, kind of like the disclaimer that they would give on a bunch of their early episodes of SVU.
Yeah, correct.
Oh, yeah.
You hit the nail on the head. Yeah.
So there's going to be some loosely based, as C7 said, I believe, or kind of loosely based on what's going on. No, Fink Ployd, you're not muted. We can see you. You're on the screen. Don't worry about it. All right. Is there anything
scheduled for? Is it 2026 that's supposed to come out?
Yes, next year. A bunch of people being happy with Lou. I salute you. Yes. Thank you for your efforts. Some people, James Clapper, LOL. Yeah, James Clapper. He's a Daryl. Your hand is up, my friend. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I was just going to say, on the movie, they're doing a few things right. I think Gene probably would agree with me on this, that, you know, they've got some theatrical releases planned for DC, New York, and LA. So
And
good.
because they want to, they're going for some Academy Awards here.
Yeah, and they want to appeal to the general public. That's kind of what I hope would happen with the press. You would hope that the press would press Caroline Leavitt, the secretary, was it the defense? Not what is he? A Secretary of State. They press their people for, you know, or Trump. What do you believe? So who's going to ask the question? You know, do you believe in this stuff like your Secretary of State does? I mean, that's probably the best press.
How about, do you believe in this stuff the way the director of the CIA does? Because if you remember, when John Ratcliffe, as the former, if you want to call it, ODNI, talked about it with Maria Bartiromo on Fox News, talking about, we can see it from satellites. We have all this proof, all this evidence out of anybody who ever talked about anything from a government position. He talked the absolute most. Forget about Tulsi, what's going on. If you look back at what John Ratcliffe said, holy shit. And he's in power now. And the thing is, why has he been so quiet? Did he talk out of turn? Did he talk about other stuff that people came into him and said, don't you talk about that shit again, Willis?
I just hope that there's somebody that, because it's, in my opinion, some of the best press that this could ever get would be if people ask the question of Trump, what do you think about this thing that your Secretary of State believes in? Somebody keep pressing him on that. That would be great.
Yeah. We need to.
The other thing, because they're going through Prime Video, right? I mean,
but it's Prime Video. No, I do see something. Let me just address this really quick.
It's really not a platform to market on.
But just let me address this really quick here. You mentioned Prime Video. Let me just address this for a second. One of the comments on here on Prime Video says, Lou, I love you, brother, and have the most respect for you and many of the others who made the age of disclosure. With that said, if you all really want all to know the truth, why charge a small fortune to watch it? Yes, $25 when you already pay $14 a month to Amazon is crazy. Here's the thing. It's not part of the Amazon Prime Video of what you get for what you pay for your monthly subscription. They are coming to you as if it's a theatrical release and you want to go ahead and buy that and have it as part of your collection that you can go ahead and watch what you want. So it's not like, was it James Fox recently put some of his content up on YouTube and other places? And he was basically giving it away for free on these platforms for people to go ahead and watch it. This is something that someone worked on. No, hasn't James Fox, for the last movies he put out, hasn't he charged like $19.99 for his movies?
He has.
They're at least. I mean, that's the F1. The F1 movie. It came out initially at $25. You're charging, major theatrical release money. I'm gonna pay it. I'm just, if you had two people, you took two people to the theater, it's gonna cost more than $25 to go to the theater.
Bingo.
I'm buying the movie.
Yeah, and they can watch it as many times as you want. Granted, but it's like, okay, you go to a restaurant now. Dishes that used to cost $11.99, it's $21.99. Everything has gone up in price, so people can look and stuff and say, why is this going up from the expected price? Here's more of a question for the people in the audience. How much would you, if you think $24.99 is too much, how much would you want to pay? Tell us in the chat. Let's see what else is going on here in the comments. The words "well done" just doesn't cut it. You and your colleagues have been through more than the average human to get this point. I and many others appreciate all that you do. There's a lot of negative comments about Lou on a regular basis. Let's take a look what else we have out here. How much can a single TV show be expected to really move the needle? Well, not really a TV show, folks. Does this have something new we haven't already heard a million times? True. We may be hearing things a bunch of times being repeated. Not trying to be catty, just skeptical of how much can be effective here. How much effect can it really have? Not much, I would think. Unfortunately, thanks for the efforts anyway. So a lot of people looking at this. I think we have some people in the back with their hands up. No, I guess not. Thought we did.
No. Nope.
All right, so that's what we're getting coming out of the age of it's entertainment, Mike. It's like going to the casino, going to the movie theater, going out and enjoying a concert. You're spending some money for some entertainment you're going to get out of it. Some people don't think $25 is worth it. That's fine. A bunch of people may, but either way, eventually it will probably in 6 months or a year, Mike, probably will make it free out there on Amazon Prime and or Apple or other platforms or YouTube. You never know.
Hey, I do think even that, what's his name, Spielberg's coming out with something that's fiction-based. I mean, those movies can still have a big effect on culture at large. I mean, think about Jaws, everybody's now afraid of sharks. Think about Top Gun and volleyball. Volleyball was on its way out, you know what I'm saying?
Think about Cocoon or Cocoon 2. How about The Abyss?
There you go.
There are so many things in The Abyss that really tie back to now. Wow.
Oh, it does. But that's James Cameron.
He had J. Allen Hynek. And what's his name? The French guy,
Jacques Vallée.
Jacques Vallée as his advisors. I mean, it was a documentary.
And who was the guy who jumped Forrestal, the first person who looked over the program, who involuntarily jumped out of the window of his hospital room? Right, Mike?
12th floor, bathroom window that an adult could barely fit through, and he went backwards at that window from the 11th floor to the ground. And it was a psychiatric ward, which means it was heavily locked down.
Sounds like the issue that happened with Epstein.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
That's what happens when you put a wrestler into a cell with Epstein.
Oh,
right.
You mean Jon Stewart? No, wrong person.
No, the guy that literally was locked up with him.
I know. I was joking, my friend. All right. Here's another one. I know this is not the video that I gotten. We've heard about the toothpaste tubes that the astronauts get to enjoy.
Oh, this is good, yeah.
Right? They get to enjoy that when they're up on the space station. Remember, that's the astronaut food and all that stuff, the freeze-dries food and all everything.
Yeah,
they do have a fancy coffee cup.
Drink. Right. As much tang as they can drink.
Right. But you know what?
That's the only tang they're getting in space. Just said that.
Well, maybe here's the thing. What goes better with sports than anything? Chicken wings. Could the Chinese in their advanced space station have brought up technology to cook chicken wings while in orbit? Well, let's jump to it. They really have, and you got to give them props on this. They've thought of everything. All right, let's get the video here going, Mike. It's real. Talk about good PR. So there's the chicken wings. They've got them prepared on some kind of skewers, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to bring out something like a clamshell where they're going to hold it in place. They're going to put them on the pan. And then the top thing is going to lock in to hold them, so when the heat comes in, or the microwave stuff, it heats the chicken and it also sears it at the same time. My microwave from KitchenAid from like 15 years ago has the same technology. It's called a crisping pan. So what happens is the microwaves come from the top, Mike.
Right.
They actually hit the chicken, but then they, more importantly, hit the pan, and it causes the pan to get up to a really high temperature really fast. So you're kind of crisping the bottom of that, and in addition to that, on the top of the oven, you have another heating element that's like a broiler that broils the top of it. So, technology that's 20 years old in today's space station, which still goes well beyond what the United States has. Come on, make it fit. There you go. It can vent in the facility. It'll just smell good. There we go. Look at that sizzling. The fat is congealing. It's amazing. Chicken wings, my God.
Is that the Chinese or the Japanese?
No, it's the Chinese. Right? They're out there on their current space station they put up there.
Some Wuhan bats right there.
No, it's good freaking chicken wings. My God. And it's the wings part without the drumsticks, but either way, they're like they can smell it and they're happy. It's like, come on, they're astronauts and they're getting freaking chicken wings in space from the space station. Yeah, I know now it's a cooking show, but come on, go ahead, take it. It's hot. Yes. Could this be an interstellar object? Interstellar chicken wing, maybe. Oh, now they're cooking beef. Jesus Christ. It's got to be pre-marinated, I tell you. So, who would have thought? I love it. It shows even though we're going in different places, we can still have wings, and everyone loves wings. Someone in the back has their hand up right now. Sailor Boy, go ahead.
I didn't put my hand up, sorry.
I thought somebody did. I guess not. Sorry about that, Sailor Boy. Anyway. All right, so here's what they did. Here's how their beef bites turned out, Mike. Not bad.
No, that looks good.
I mean, because you think about what they always talk about the freeze-dried food and all this shit, everything what it's like up in space.
Yeah, it's all powdered, freeze-dried, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it shows they can actually cook. I love it. It just brings everything.
The reason why they use paste and powdered goods is because it helps with the sanitation situation up in space. If you eat solid food like the chicken wings, it's harder for the system to treat it and turn it back into basic materials.
Well, you're talking about when it goes through the body.
Yeah, and when it comes out of the body,
yeah.
The sanitation systems that they have up in space are usually designed to kind of recycle a lot of what's going out. But if it's solid food, it's not that easy to do.
But, it could be Chinese ingenuity, like ancient Chinese secret.
Yeah.
Remember Calgon? I mean, remember, what do you call that? What was that stuff? Not Calgon. It was the white one had the name in it. Anyway.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. I remember.
Oh, Jesus
yep.
Christ. I need to go ahead and do this just to go ahead and clear my mind. It's important, Mike. Where is
what was
that
the
at?
one that you're soaking in it? What was that you're soaking in it?
That was palm olive.
Palm olive, right. Gene, come on, don't laugh.
What? Woolite. It was Woolite. I had to go ahead and start typing in another window, ask ChatGPT. Woolite was the one that had the, oh God, why did your stuff turn out looking all so nice and everything? Ancient Chinese secret, Woolite. But
that's right. Yeah,
they actually have a good crisping microwave oven in their Chengdu space station. There you go. What about the guy who used to be in a Tutty Bowl? The captain, remember him, Mike?
I do remember him, yeah.
Yeah.
The
How about
Tutty Bowl man?
Tutty Bowl man. Or wait a minute. We got Rosie here with the quicker picker upper.
Yeah, that's true.
Then there was,
right.
Ladies, stop squeezing the Sherman. Mr. Whipple. We talked about these the other day. What was what do they say about Charlie the tuna, what would they say to him? Sorry, Charlie.
Starkist.
Sorry, Charlie.
Yeah. We're all Gen Xers, I would think, for the most part in the back here, right, Gene?
That's it.
Yeah.
My favorite. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Yeah. Another oldie but a goodie.
Oh, God.
About
Yeah.
who's behind this Foster Grants?
Remember the members
got a
only
lot.
jackets?
They're all
Yeah.
from the 80s. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was the last member, by the way, in case anybody wants to know.
Oh, you're not only the founder, you're also a member.
The last member.
Oh, there we go. All right. Where in the hell are we at? No, we don't want to cover Jay Anderson stuff, do we, Mike?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Alice, you have your hand up.
She does.
Yep.
Kiss my
From
grits.
one of the last, yeah. From one of the last of the boomers. It's Calgon, ancient Chinese secret.
Was it?
Calgon.
Thank you.
Yeah. Alice is right.
Thank you. Was it Woolite?
Yeah.
Calgon, thank
See?
you.
Calgon.
No,
Calgon.
no. My ancient wisdom.
Calgon.
Yeah.
Calgon, take me away.
Yes. Calgon, take me away. Yeah.
There were a lot of good
That's one
commercials
for
back
the
then.
boomers.
No, that is a boomer commercial, but the Gen Xers would have watched that in reruns as a kid, like the Beverly Hillbillies and everything else. Green Acres.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, gosh.
I Dream of Jeannie.
That was
Oh.
one of my favorites. I went to
Mine
Cocoa
too.
Beach the first time in Florida, and I think she was from over there.
Yeah, Cocoa Beach is where Major Nelson lived.
And Roger Healy. Can't forget
And-
him.
Yeah. No, Major
He
Healy, yeah.
he was the scamster every single time. And trust me,
Interesting
I've rewatched all the old shows recently. Beverly Hillbillies, you know, gotta have fun
Yeah.
with it. But I haven't watched
interesting real
Petticoat
life-
Junction again for a reason.
I used to love Mr. Ed.
Oh,
And
yeah.
my favorite Martian. Oh, my God, that was one of my favorites.
With
do you
Bill
remember that?
Bixby and Ray Woolston. I do remember that.
That was a good one.
Remember
Yeah,
the
that
episode
really
where he
was good.
broke his antenna and he couldn't get it to go down?
No, not particularly.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
It was after he
I
took a
think
little white tick.
But
Yeah.
in I Dream of Jeannie, the actor who played Major Healy, Roger Healy,
Bill Daly.
Yeah.
Bill
Daly.
Daly, he was dyslexic in real life.
Really?
Yeah.
You're dyslexic.
had-
Nice.
So he said
Jeannie
it
was kind of
difficult
risque.
to read the scripts because he had dyslexia.
Nice.
But he did a good job.
Oh, God, yeah. They all did.
Mhm. Yeah, they did.
I liked Green Acres when I was younger.
They were
Oh.
great shows, weren't they?
I've watched every one of those episodes recently. Yes, Green Acres is a great show. Mr. Haney.
Petticoat Junction. My father loved Petticoat Junction.
Really?
I love Petticoat Junction.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah.
No, because I was 13, probably.
Oh, so did you watch That Girl then?
Did I watch That Girl?
Yeah.
Marlo Thomas. Yeah, I
Marlo
did.
Thomas.
Watch that.
Oh,
Oh, my God.
What was
How
the
can you-
spy
Flying
one?
Nun. The
Hmm?
Flying
the
Nun.
spy.
Sally Field. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
the
right.
spy
Fine
one? That
Nun.
would have been,
Get
Get
smart.
smart.
I missed it by that
Oh, that
much.
was great. That was
I got to
great.
start rewatching Gilligan's Island.
Yep, love that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
The Munsters. There we go. Bunch of great shows back in
The
the day.
Addams Family, the original Batman from '66. Oh yeah.
Felix the Cat.
Yeah, that's right. Felix the Cat.
Tennessee
have a watch
Tuxedo
party
was another
sometime.
one with Chumley.
Wait, what was that one?
Adamant.
What was it?
Up and Adamant. No?
Yeah, Chumley. Chumley was the
and-
monkey.
And also Underdog. Wally Cox
Oh,
played
Underdog was great.
How did that theme song go?
No bird, no something, or even frog. It's just little old me, underdog.
Underdog.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Speed Racer. Speed Racer.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
With Spritle
was-
and Chim
yeah.
Chim.
Yes, that's right.
Everybody had their monkeys.
They
Oh,
did
yeah.
back then.
And then there was the monkeys.
Hey, I do drive the Mach 5. It is a white Camaro and has black stripes on it. The only thing I'm missing is the big yellow with the red outline on it, 5 on the side. Which I probably put on
Disclosing
it.
our age. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, they want that.
Well, it's a nice walk down memory lane.
Oh, I know, because they're also bringing up. They're saying, "What about Scooby Doo?"
Scooby Doo,
Oh, yeah.
where are you?
That was in the 70s, Scooby Doo.
I know, but I actually have studio quality sound effects of Scooby and Shaggy. That's what I just
Well, there you
played.
go.
Scooby Doo's, where are you?
Yeah.
I didn't
Casey
know
Kasem.
Shaggy was high all the time. At
That
that
was
point.
Driving the
Casey
good times,
Kasem.
man.
Casey Kasem. Yeah. Welcome to American Top 40. Yeah, we did American Top 40. I was the same guy. Yeah.
Same guy was Shaggy.
Oh, yeah. We've lost our audience. Let's get back to UFOs. We've been talking about this Gen X stuff for a while. Audience, we're still here. We're still paying attention to you. But this is kind of like.
Fucking clue what shows we're talking about.
All right, so let's get into this. Well, we do have some stuff about MTG talking out our ass recently about UFOs being aliens and demons. I mean, angels and demons potentially. Representative Nancy Mace, I think. Oh my God, Mike, she is actually more grounded. Are you surprised?
Actually, yeah, I'm a little surprised. I didn't expect that from her.
Likewise, I was also surprised.
All right, here we go. We got a 39-second clip here of Nancy, who sounds a lot more grounded than MTG, which either one of them is kind of like, well, let's have some fun, folks.
My concern is if it's not craft from outer space, because I think that has to be on the table. That has to be an option. Is it our technology? Or is it Russia or Iran or China? Is there someone who's winning the arms race and are we behind? Because my question is about national security. And I hope that it's us. I hope that it's not our adversaries or something from outside the universe. Because I have real concerns that, like, if these drones are from Iran or China, like some of the rumors have been,
We're
I
screwed.
pray that they're ours, but we should also know why they're out there. Like, are they looking for radiation? Are they looking for a missing nuclear warhead? Like, we deserve to have some answers here because people are scared.
I mean, you got to remember, Mike, when we had a Marco Rubio come out after we had all the different drone UFO shootdowns. We had 3 different shootdowns that happened. Marco Rubio came on camera and said, I would hope that what we're seeing here is a non-human intelligence because that it would not be a non-human intelligence because go ahead,
if
Mike.
It's a foreign adversary.
We're
they're
fucked.
going to beat us.
We're fucked. Basically, he said
Yeah.
if it's a foreign adversary and it's not an alien, we're screwed. We're fucked. Same thing. So, but they don't have to be from another planet, another galaxy. Yes, the Brady Bunch. I've watched all those 2 recently. You have to go ahead and look at it and think of it as a another dimension, Mike. Just like, there's a lot of people who talk about stuff on and the Andy Griffith Show. I'm joking. People are talking about this. People talk about the stuff that's gone on, the things that they've seen, the things that they've experienced. More importantly, the stuff that comes from ancient India, right? Those texts just aren't like stories. It's actually accounting of the shit that was going on. They talk about potentially angels and demons, as the Catholics would call them, coming through and the sky gods, right? Sally Fields was wonderful, Jan. Yeah. Mike?
If I can jump in, I think we heard Marjorie Taylor Greene's comments. J.D. Vance said the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's part of me that
I do have MTG here somewhere. Go ahead.
If the intent of that, again, is bigger picture, getting the general public's mind around disclosure and the obvious question of well how does it affect religion and again the history and people's faith and beliefs and blah blah blah, so I'm wondering if those are almost preemptive comments to begin bridging the explanation to the, more religiously, fanatical is not the right term, but inflexible. Perhaps.
Right. You call that out exactly. They're Christians in name, but they don't follow their behaviors and beliefs as if they were Jesus itself. They are very channeled down a particular area, and they see stuff a certain way, and they're very judgmental and everything, and they use that in the name of God and Christianity, but they don't act like it. But Marguerite Taylor Greene told Bill Maher she believes aliens would be fallen angels, where she says, I'm a Bible-believing Christian. I believe UAPs could be fallen angels, but why couldn't they be potentially be angels? Because if they're there to help us, right, before a cataclysm happens, and they help us after a cataclysm happens, wouldn't that be more angelic than it would be demonic? But during the times when we're getting up to this, if they're taking us and they're doing things to us and everything else, we would say, oh my God, how could you be doing that stuff? That's evil. Maybe it's what's required for them to get us through these tough times. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And that terminology, that phrasing, that's speaking to the Bible Belt, right? So, you're right there. The first reaction, though, is going to be, based upon their the preconceived notion of what an angel is.
Yeah.
And so to try and bridge it by saying, well, these UAPs could be angels, that would definitely be heresy as far as, the Bible, thumping Christians are concerned. And they would be much more apt to say, yes, it's a demon. It's, a false demon's in disguise. It's meant to lead us away.
But it kind of almost what they're trying to do is
somewhere
they're trying to take something that doesn't comport to the usual things that we have in our regular consciousness and everything. They're taking these other things and they're trying to throw them in a slot of religion in other areas versus expanding their belief in some areas. They're just saying, oh yeah, easy. They're demons.
Right.
You said it the other night. Everybody likes to put things into a box. It's way more easier for people to understand things if you can label them.
Yeah. All right. I got the box here. I like having the box. Yes. They like putting shit in the box.
I love props.
There is the props, yeah. Just like we've got that, we've got a lot of people who believe, who want to believe, versus they want to know facts, right, Daryl? That's part of the problem is people want to believe. You should never want to believe anything. You should look at something, look at the facts, and you know something. But if you want to believe, it's taking you down a path that you're going to start believing this, you're going to start believing this, the Easter Bunny is real, that Santa Claus is there, that we've got leprechauns all around the world on, on certain days of the year, but that's not it. We're here for the truth of the matter, and we just have to connect with it, Daryl? We just have to, I guess, have that supervisory level in our brain where we can go ahead and type the commands and say, get this shit out of here, because we shouldn't consider it.
Yeah, I think, my entire, I don't know, man. I can think of 1,000 things right now, but people do exactly what you described. They try to put things into boxes because it's much more easier to think of life as a manageable solution than something is completely chaotic, which really everything is completely chaotic all of the time.
Yeah.
You're not even made up of what you think you're made up of. This freaking container in front of me isn't metal. It's like moving things around. There's things moving around in there. It's life is not exactly as you see it. And sometimes that can drive some people crazy, just knowing that they cannot control a large portion of their life.
Yeah. Quick thing, really quick.
Right now, all of a sudden, here comes 3i Atlas. Oh, changed again. Everybody's got 5 minutes. Figure it out. Gene, great meeting you. Very cool. Thomas, I really enjoyed your platform all these years. All right. I'm going to take my dog for one last walk. Everybody, peace out. I mean, you never know what's going to happen.
Honestly, though, when I pass away, I definitely want to be cremated, and what's left over, I want to have diamonds created. It's cheaper than a casket. And then you become something of value and worth. All right, really quick. Someone in the chat said, where is that at? Tony, we're sorry to hear that you can't hear. You must be getting this translated for us in some kind of a system. Sorry to hear about your disability. We've got Michael, not Michael. What's his name in the back on the Manuel. Is Manuel here right now? Yeah, Manuel's here. Manuel can't see. So, but Manuel, it sounds like Tony's having a hard time because he's missing one part of the other. Is there any insight you could give him or a way to look at it that would be different to get past that? Because I'm sure you've been there before, but you can see, but you can hear, but you know what I mean? Manuel, unmute yourself if you can.
Yeah, I hear you.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure what to tell him. Does he use TalkBack if he has an Android?
I don't know. Let's see what he goes ahead and says. But I want to, let's go ahead and connect on this after the show. Please join the back if you can. If not, I want to get in contact with you and see what we can do, because our show should be accessible to everybody. And I know it may be a problem with different things. And if there's stuff we can do to improve your experience, we're here for you.
Closed captions is what he would need, Thomas. So he can read it, because if he can't hear it, he can see it.
No, but he can see stuff. So he would need and I can do well. If you don't watch it live, you can see the closed captions of what we're saying. That's the problem. I guess it comes on to being able to have closed captions turned on,
right?
Because he's reading all the shit that's going on the screen, right? And he's able to talk in the chat, but he can't hear us live. Gosh,
unless closed captions were turned on.
Right. Reach out to me, dude. Let me see if I can help you. I know people who are involved with this in different parts of the industry. So if there's something that can take the audio and turn it into a stream of stuff that you can just listen to, that's what you kind of need if you want to watch it when we're live, or listen. Yeah, literally watch it when you're live.
So you can turn on the captions when you're in the back chat here. And
in Google Meet. Right.
Yeah,
so
Google Meet.
Good point.
So have closed caption.
If you join the back chat and you go ahead and part of the show, we put the link out there for any viewers who want to call in. Sounds like you could go ahead and call in, and then you can turn on closed captioning for what we're saying through the Google Meet platform that I use to run the back. And that is from Google. So
it doesn't always interpret the words correctly, but that's not too much of a concern.
No, it's not. But it's important for me to make sure if there's fans out there who are people want to participate, that we can help where we can. There we go.
Then let him join and use the closed captioning in the back.
Well, wrong person. That's Kyle. Well, believe it or not, yes, we've had some stuff going on the sun again lately. Getting back to what we've got, back to the show, what we're dealing with here. Yes, the Aurora was out in northern Manitoba. This is about 2 hours ago. So if you're in Canada and it's not cloudy, Michael, you might go. If you look north, you might see something.
It's always cloudy.
Well, I guess you're in mid-Manitoba, not northern Manitoba, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. Well, it never hurts. You can always look north. Let's move on. All right. We've talked before about Trump wanting to go ahead and test nuclear missiles. Well, he is. Not quite yet. but the U.S. is getting ready to test an unarmed nuclear missile, and no, that's not the start of World War III. What they're going to be doing is they're taking one of the existing ICBMs that we have, Mike.
Yeah, that's correct. And
Like
they're
this
gonna be
flex steel
launching it
canister.
to
They're
test
taking
its
them.
flight capability.
Right, the flight
Without a warhead.
capabilities. Right, but there are multiple national laboratories, right, who are involved in that, which includes
Sandia and Los Alamos.
Well, Los Alamos, Lawrence Livermore, and Sandia.
Correct.
Los Alamos does the designs at the DOE for anything nuclear. Nuclear weapons, nuclear energy, whatever it is, it's all developed at Los Alamos. And what's special about Los Alamos, Mike, it's where they developed the nuclear bomb back in the day.
That's right.
It's the place where they had a couple months where they had like hundreds of flying saucers flying over the DOE and the surrounding population. So you've got Los Alamos designs. They're the architects of this thing. They figure out this is the physics, this is the stuff, this is how you make it happen, this is how you can go ahead and create this to create the big explosion that goes kablooey, right?
Okay.
Lawrence Livermore's quality assurance. They say, yeah, fuck you, prove it. And they take the stuff that they put together, right?
Yeah.
And they test it. They blow it up. They do this. They do that. They do everything to figure out that the formulas of what's coming in, of what this stuff can do, can actually be put into a payload, right? That's repeatable, does everything and everything basis, and gives the result that the designers or architects at Sandia are developing. Actually, not Sandia, at Los Alamos are creating. So Los Alamos designs, architects. Lawrence Livermore goes ahead and, if you want to call it, proves it that it works. And then the final hands is down at Sandia National Labs, where they actually operationalize the designs into engineered parts that they can mass produce.
Right.
And have an expected result that whenever we go ahead and launch a missile, boom, it's going to get to its spot. When it hits its target at different points in the air, whatever it is, it's going to do 100% of what they expect and deliver exactly the result that they wanted. So it's like a trifecta of development, of design, architecture, QA comes first, and then you get implementation. They're almost running, Mike, I have to say, by the TDD method. It's called test-driven development. Right? You have the architecture, right?
Yeah.
We then write all the tests to make sure that this shit can be used for these things down here. So they test everything first, and for everything that they're testing, they have output that goes along with it. It's seriously, it's a common methodology used in a lot of big places.
That's true.
Yeah.
But our research that you and I were doing the other day, these national laboratories are usually managed by third-party companies and universities.
Right. Well, 10 of them or so are managed by universities. You've got 9 of them that are managed by Battelle, give or take. And there's 2 that are put together. Sandia is it?
And Los Alamos. Run directly by the Department of Energy.
Right. There's 2 of them. One of them, one of the national labs deals with legacy as is infrastructure, like coal, natural gas, different stuff, if you want to call it, the different energy platforms we have out there today that are deployed for managing stuff. Everything else is, from that particular standpoint, is really, from an engineering standpoint, is all handled by Sandia. I think Sandia, though, is handled by Battelle, but we've got Actually, no. Sandia is a unique corporation that runs Sandia. It's the stuff that happens up at Los Alamos. Los Alamos, which handles Wright-Patterson and all the different stuff and all the national labs where the UFO stuff initially came into, that's all run by Battelle Memorial Institute.
Right. That's correct. And
so we've got these different parties that are there who all have different ways of how they interface with the DOE, but it's a trifecta of what we've got going on. Yeah. Mr. Green Jeans, Ms. Cuss Out, if you want to bring that up.
So we were looking into this because if the Department of Energy is doing reverse engineering, it's going to be operated out of those national laboratories under their direct control, not a third party, like a university or even Battelle for that matter.
Right.
So that's why we were looking into this. Because we know that the reverse engineering is handled directly by Department of Energy. It's unfoilable. It's not under any oversight from Congress. And if they're going to hide a program like this is where it's going to be hidden.
Yeah. Well, it's always going to be under the auspice of the executive branch. But right now, and more importantly, locked down into the DOE, then put into the hands of private contractors, and no one's going to ever be able to go ahead and FOIA that. Because if you want to get a FOIA on anything out of the DOE, you have to have a sign off from the head of the DOE, the head of the CIA, and the president.
And that'll never happen.
No, hell no. They'll never get it to you. So everyone always wants to go ahead and blame Susan Goff or RO or different parts of the DOD. They're just an observer in all this. The real stuff where it happens, we've been saying this since 2021. It's the DOE. It's the DOE, but more importantly, it's all coordinated out of the White House. More importantly, it's in the White House in a part of it, Mike, that seems to survive from administration to administration. And it almost seems like it has higher power than the president himself.
That's exactly what it seems like. But this president said he was going to clean the deep state out. And what we're describing out of DOE falls into the category of the deep state, according to what you and I have looked into and seen.
Yeah.
So he should be doing something about that. And so far, we haven't seen any indication of that.
I know, and we've had a lot of things going right?
Yeah, we have.
So maybe, just maybe, as I look through these there we go. Just maybe there's an opportunity when we're going to run into
2028.
The 2028 to where we can possibly move beyond Susan Goff as...
God damn it.
Yeah. Someone asked me in the chat to find it.
Oh, motherfucker.
Who was it?
Well, whoever it was, they wanted to torture me for tonight, so they succeeded. I am not a fan.
Oh, none of us are. Hold on, let's see if I can do this.
Why somebody wanted the
Brendan
election
England
killer on the screen, I have no idea.
Mike, Brendan England, we get to thank tonight.
Oh, I'll remember that. Thanks, Brendan.
Oh. At that point, Mike, we have to go ahead and celebrate and thank Brendan England for having us bring out our resident watchdog, Susan Goff, to go ahead and share to remind us, yes, although the United States is getting ready to blow off nukes again near Vandenberg Air Force Base out in the Eastern Pacific or out by the Kwajalein Atoll my gosh, we're getting ready, Mike, to go ahead and go nuclear. And if it involves nuclear things, it's going to involve Susan Goff. More importantly, maybe UFOs. Do you think this could actually be a thing if we move into it, Mike, that actually brings UFOs out again?
It could, because we know how much they like the nuclear weapons that we deploy.
Oh, yeah.
Like a moth to a light bulb.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh,
And
yes.
now that there are authorizations to shoot anything down over our military and bases in restricted airspace.
Now they can take anything down anywhere, Mike.
Yeah.
That's the key.
So if they spot any more UAP over these nuclear bases, they can take action.
Yeah. Or in their test sites or anything else, or they have, if you want to call it, having craft, whether in the air or in the sea, deployed, battle groups.
The problem is any battle groups off the West Coast or the East Coast by the Navy, when they're doing exercises, they are not armed with ordnance on board because they had mishaps with live weapons. So they don't carry anything to shoot anything down.
But Mike, this is okay. This is the nuclear. Okay, this is the nuclear missile test. This has got to be different from. Okay, these ones are going here. No explosions are planned. This is just for an ICBM test. They're going to shoot from Vandenberg and go for the atoll. What they're going to do for the nuclear tests, they'll shoot those underground, probably in Nevada. That's what everybody does, is controlled tests.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So right now, at this time, they're not going to go ahead and do any nuclear explosions, but at this time is today. Tomorrow may not be at this time. All right. So we've got going on beyond getting into that. All right, Mike, we talked about this earlier. Stephen Diener from UI.
Stephen Diener. Yeah.
Diener, right. We've covered his stuff before. He seems to be really on top of this, some of the stuff. He's a great person to go ahead and subscribe to. He has a 2-part interview with Representative Eric Burleson. Should we play a clip? And let's go ahead and get this and encourage our people to go ahead and subscribe to Stephen, because his information is generally on target, Mike.
It is. It's a good show for people to subscribe to and watch.
Mm-hmm.
He has good content and interviews. So, yeah, let's play that.
All right, here we go.
Past Eric, say like on the stand.
Let's move this back a little bit. Here we go. So today he was talking about finished brand new 2-part interview with Eric Burleson earlier today. Part 1 coming out tomorrow. Great conversation with updates on many topics. Here's a snippet concerning part of the plan for the efforts behind the UAP Disclosure Act. So sounds like it may not be dead yet, folks, but let's see where it goes. Here we go.
If and when the UAP Disclosure Act does get passed, Eric, say like on the standalone act that you're crafting with Danny Sheehan, what should we expect to happen? Let's say it gets through, right, and everything's good to go. What happens next, do you think? What are you hoping happens next, and what would this bring about if the Disclosure Act goes through?
Well, it creates kind of a commission of individuals whose job it would be to gather this information and it operate very much in the same way that the JFK Disclosure Act did, where they can submit items for disclosure, and then unless the White House takes action to stop it, then it ends up being disclosed. I found that has been, while I originally was skeptical, I've realized today that the JFK Disclosure Act has been pretty successful. And I say that because there's a lot of files recently that have been released that the CIA did not want released for valid reasons, or at least to them, valid reasons, because a lot of these files really put the CIA in a very dark light. And so the fact that they're forced to release this information, I think is proof or evidence that the JFK Disclosure Act and that language within that act works. And so why try to reinvent the wheel? Let's just take what was working and apply it towards the UAP topic.
Yeah, Mike. It sounds like an approach, but we know it's always flawed because who has been the person in power who's prevented for anything about UFOs from coming forward to humanity other than the President of the United States, right?
Right.
So
Yeah,
here
that's
we've
true.
got an act we're trying to put out that basically formalizes what the president has been doing for all these years, right?
Yeah.
And now just puts it in a legal form and lets them continue anyway. Oh, no. You can't see that. We got to lock that up for another 75 years. The discretion that's there isn't the discretion of the people.
Nope. It most certainly is not. And now they're repeating it, it sounds like, for a fourth time running.
Yeah.
You know, they say the definition of insanity is when you try the same thing over and over again and you expect a different
Hey,
outcome
TJ.
each time without changing anything.
We're
So-
actually talking about UFO subjects, TJ. Imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, Alice. Yeah. Who knew? All right. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's doomed
He
to
just
failure.
needs some guidance of some real of some people thinking at this from a more grounded perspective.
They need to change it up. It's failed three
Right.
times in a row.
Well, that's 2.0 and we'll get there soon. We're working on it. All right, next video coming up, Mike. What do you think? We've heard stuff coming from everyone so far with regards to, if you want to call it, are they UFOs? Are they angels or demons? This is a video that came out on X today. That's of a orb that seems to be flying over. It could be an orb, Mike. Could also be a
Yeah.
Mylar balloon. You never know because
That's
we don't.
true.
So looks like it's something was shot from a drone, going in a straight line. You know what? Let me go ahead and bring this up here. Where'd it go? I'll bring up Pixie. And put this over here. You guys can still see it. Let me go ahead and go on. Playback speed. Take it down to half. So the object itself, Mike.
Yeah.
Actually, let me go to Pixie here. I want to.
Zoom and enhance.
No. There is no enhance on this app. I want to tell it to get rid of the grid lines. View. Magnify. Settings. I don't want to show the grid. There we go. So here is the object.
Right.
For the most part, it seems to be constant, but it looks like there may be some kind of a slow tumbling or rotation to it.
Right.
exactly what it is. There's a slow rotation that goes along with it too, where it comes out to be more of a dot, and then you see as it moves around, it's got a slow tumble with it. Because you're seeing it at certain points, it's small, and then it gets longer, right? And then it gets small. And either way, even if it's doing like this, you're still seeing it to where it's getting small to getting larger. So what we're seeing is
a balloon caught in the wind currents, air current.
It could be something else, but it's not like we're seeing it doesn't you know what it doesn't tell us as far as how fast it's moving
or the altitude
or anything. There's no telematics to go along with anything here.
Yeah, that's about right.
And at this point,
so not enough data points to isolate it.
Right. And definitely as it's gotten farther away, we're still seeing the object going through a rotation of displays where it is still kind of going and rotating. So if you go back to what it was originally, you can see that rotation kind of going along with it. From a single dot to something where there it is, where you got something more that's a full object that's there, it's rotating around in a clockwise manner. It goes back to that dot again, and then it starts going ahead and increasing in length, which basically there's a regular tumble going to the object. But it's not like it's curving. It's not like it's coming and interacting with something. It's just, someone says, what do you think? Angelic or demons? No, I don't think it's anything. We just need more data, Mike. But it's something that does go in the anomalous box.
Yeah, it's a little unusual, but I don't see it exhibiting any of the 5 observables.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the other problem.
On the conspiracy side of things, we've got Gritter over on X saying he's putting up the sign of Sandia National Laboratory next to the Nazi symbols for the stuff. But you got to remember, it also represents the way that they would show birds in Native America.
The phoenix.
The phoenix,
Isn't
yes.
that supposed to be the phoenix? Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, they may have shown up over here, but a lot longer time. It kind of goes back to what was coming out of that particular area where Sandia was actually put in. Would you agree with that, Greg? Daryl?
100% Thomas.
Yeah. All right, we already saw the
phoenix. I don't know what a fucking phoenix is, but an eagle.
Exactly.
That
all right, what else we've got going on here? We've got Annapolina Luna wants to know more about 3i Atlas. Sounds like she's been talking with Avi Loeb, Mike.
Well, they're pissed off, her and Avi Loeb, because Kim Kardashian requested information from NASA and got it directly from them about 3i Atlas. But Representative Luna and Avi didn't get that from NASA.
No, and I
So
saw
they're
something
thinking about
today
it.
where almost Avi had actually invited Kim to go ahead and be a part of his team. What the fuck?
Well, yeah, I also saw it on News Nation. I thought that was pretty interesting.
I have no idea what a porn star is going to do for the Galileo project. It doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know what she's going to contribute other than her artificial body assets.
Come on, the scientists will enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he thinks
Hey,
that,
we got Clippy here.
She's getting
Hold on
the
a second. Where the
attention,
fuck did he
so
go? Hey,
if
Mike.
she's getting the attention. then maybe they can use her as an asset to get NASA's attention, because they can't.
Are they going to start a prostitute service out of Galileo or Harvard?
Oh, come on. It's eye candy, as we used to call it when we're making game designs.
And she might bring cash.
Oh God, yeah. And other people in the industry she's a part of, and it just broadens the audience of people who are talking about this.
Yeah, somebody needs to get Avi a hat with a long feather in it if he wants to start pimping out women.
No, he's not pimping out anybody. I think he's just opening his doors to different audiences, which I have to commend him on. Right, Gene?
It'll open the door to an audience. I don't know, I don't know how those conversations will go.
Yeah.
But
I have a good idea, Gene.
Yeah, I think the bottom line, again, she herself could bring, could make a nice donation to the Galileo project. I'm sure she's, how old are the kids now? They're going to be looking to get into a school here.
Yeah, but she has friends and they have friends and so on and so on. And
exactly. So, she gets involved, you might see the kids wind up at Harvard.
She's got a large audience, right? And I mean, like, outside of the UFO community, there's a lot of kids that, I don't know.
Oh, come on, let's bring in Taylor Swift then.
Yeah, well, let's do it. I mean,
oh, hell yeah.
Barrier, right?
Bring everybody in.
At the end of the day, we got to unite over the subject. So it doesn't really matter what your background is.
But if we do that, we have to bring in DJ Bobo for those people out there who know obscure who that is. But yeah, absolutely. All right. Coming from Anna Polina Luna. She's trying, folks. Putting to the head of NASA, who's the acting administrator, Duffy. God, it sounds like someone from The Simpsons. I write to request to release a specific observable data related to 3I Alice. Now, remember, Europe has gone and locked this shit away for like 75 years, recently captured by NASA missions, as well as additional information on interstellar objects and meteors of scientific interest. This information is of great importance to advancing our understanding of interstellar visitors and their interaction with our solar system. More than anything, why in the hell are we taking this data and hiding it from the world's scientists?
For 75 years.
But why are we hiding it?
Put it out there.
Okay, she's going to talk about, okay, we've got this particular location, this particular site that have gone and observed. I don't want any other data that you've gotten from the orbiter or rover on Mars. I also want, anything from the Solar Parker probe. Basically saying, I want all your shit. All of it.
Yep. That's
period.
Right.
And she's had some normals out there. Go ahead and tell her exactly. Ask for these things. They know where the bodies are buried, Mike.
Oh, they do.
And she's asking exactly where the bodies are buried. So to further enhance our understanding, encourage NASA to fund additional observations. I mean, look at it more. Fund anything where they're broke right now. So even when they have money, they're broke now. Request the NASA release all data of particular interest. Oh my God, she wants to see the data again from that interstellar object that popped in Papua New Guinea, where Avi went and found his tiny little metal balls that turned out to be coal slag.
Right, commercial slag. Exactly.
Yeah. How much did that cost? Yeah. Either way, she wants the answers and she wants it now, but she doesn't put a demand date on here. I want this by this date, right? And if I don't get it by this date, I will turn into super bitch and you will pay the price.
Yeah.
There's the ask. But where the fuck are the consequences? This is like a person who would love to give everybody the consequences if they don't follow along. I would think.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to this. Who would have thought there was so much stuff to cover today, Mike? Oh, we saw that. Oh, so in the COVID, long-term COVID thing, something I've been researching for a while because I've been a part of it. A new study that links specific amino acids, asparagine and cysteine, to both COVID-2 spike variants and human inflammatory mediators. So what they're doing, Mike, they're coming in dialing down on basic tests that they can go ahead and use with imaging and other stuff besides the test to back up what they're finding, to go ahead and determine if people are really suffering from different parts of long-term COVID and potential treatments that might be necessary to eradicate the virus that may be, infecting the person for years after the primary infection. That's really important.
Right. Yeah.
Because every time you get it, some of it may stick around forever. Syrup, you have your hand up, my friend?
Oh, I was wondering. I didn't catch it. If you did you cover the Tim Phillips podcast at all? And to add on that, I was wondering if you guys knew if Whistling Mike or whoever is saying what he was going to say, because it seems like he. I know everyone on Twitter was waiting for him to make this announcement, and he never came out and said anything.
So, Whistling Mike, he likes to talk a lot. He likes to make a lot of claims.
Oh, yeah.
But there's nothing to back it up, is there?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
That's why people are frustrated. That's been the case for a long time now.
Yeah.
They want the truth. They're tired of hearing the stories.
It seems that way.
Do you guys think there's any truth into what he's trying to insinuate that he might know or whatever, or do you think he's bluffing?
Show me the facts. Flat out. What are the facts, right, Syrup? We don't need more stories. We don't need more challenges to what other people are saying. If you're really there, you do have this. You've generated an energy generation system that does all this stuff. Fucking bring it out and show the world in a way that can't get shut down. Go ahead and pre-record it and put out to all these different services all at the same time. Release it to the public and go someplace and actually do an actual demonstration of the technology. Don't make it where you're going to wait for everyone to appear. You get there, you turn it on, you let everyone come and see it as it's already doing its thing. Because if you're waiting to turn it on before the government's going to come there and shut you down, no. As soon as you get there, Mike, you flip the switch and turn it on, right? You want this to be and you live stream it to as many platforms as you can, in addition to all the other information that you're going to pre-upload for everybody to go ahead and download and see what's happening. Dump it to the world. Make a change. Brian Pemble, your hand's been up for a while. Sorry, I've forgotten.
No, and this may not be for this show. I know I've talked about it with everybody in the back chat as well as Gene. I spent a couple nights with a plasma physicist, and that specifically deals in fusion. And we can do it now, or I can talk to you guys in the back about it. But basically, fusion's real.
How about Friday?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it after the show and set it up for Friday, Brian.
Yep. That sounds good. So really, in my opinion, groundbreaking stuff that also aligns with Gene's father-in-law's papers. So, Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And I found other Russian papers, Brian, that I actually had on my system here. I downloaded in 2017, 2018, when I was first jumping into some of this stuff. talks about surviving the cataclysms, right?
Right.
By using a modified nuclear submarine fleet that can take a portion of the civilization under the surface of the ocean so they can survive the cataclysm. So it's not just the Russians talking about UFOs and everything. It's also the Russians going and really looking at what happens on a cyclical fashion on the planet and how the fuck do we survive it. It's all that hidden stuff that all the CEOs of all the giant tech companies have been building all these bunkers everywhere. They're not building, you know, their places in the in France or in Italy or California or anywhere. No, they're building at all these places up in the mountains. The only person who's going to get screwed out of this because he loves Hawaii too much is Zuckerberg. It's not a good place to be.
And Thomas, the interesting thing again about the Russians' interest in it is that it's primarily spurred by the intelligence they received from the Americans.
Right, which ties...
And how heavily invested America was in preparing facilities for cataclysmic events.
Yeah. I mean, there's that one legislation I've passed on to you that came from the Senate in 2022 that focused on this, and it's just something that shows that even people in the Senate were looking at it. Not sure why it died on the vine, but the information that's in there and how they present it is freaking priceless. It shows it from a governmental aspect. How do you set this up to make it work where if something goes on, what is it? What do they call it these days? A continuity of government. But this takes even a step further. Rather than having the shadow organization part of the government, they're making it as part of the government's mission.
Right. And, and it just goes to show, for as much as people may want to laugh these things off, that governments, not just the U.S., but, worldwide, take this very seriously, and they follow this very closely.
Yeah. Well, it's part of the cyclical cycles, and it's something that you just cannot ignore. Wow, if you look at the time, we've cut through the show this evening. Mike, you around? I guess not. I survived. You did, Gene, but it sounds like Mike may have stepped away for a second on that note. Start. I'm going to go ahead and thank everybody for your wonderful super chats this night. Happy Monday. We'll be back again Friday, but off on Saturday for family for family events. So we're going to be going ahead and dealing with it. I appreciate everyone for coming out tonight. More importantly, I want to thank our friends in the audience for some super chats tonight. Daryl Zernick, thank you very much. We appreciate it. We're a fan from the program. We really appreciate every love and support that you guys send us for keeping this thing going. We got Brendan England, thank you very much. Vern Dude, thank you very much. And Anonymous Rex, yeah, it's speeding up, but it may be the kind of object that we're seeing like a Muamua. It's got stuff that breaks our physics, and it may not be speeding up because it's under other control. It's just using math. The geniuses and who we call our scientists understand. So on that note, I want to thank everybody for coming out to this episode of Disclosure tonight. As we usually say, eyes open, no fear, be safe, everybody, and
go back to Party City where you belong.
Absolutely. We'll catch you on the flip side. Good night, everybody. Y'all come back now here. See you soon.